Well, good afternoon, everybody. You can stop talking to each other now. That's what that purpose was about, just to get you a chance to talk to each other. Welcome to our March edition of our virtual luncheon. It's time for lunch for everybody but us, but that's okay. We'll eat later. We always will. We've had a lot of interesting comments about the luncheons that we've done so far. And one of the things that's been said is, hey, we would love to be able to talk to each other some and network with each other. And we can internet with each other too, since it's Zoom. And so this meeting's going to have a different feel, a different look to it. And hopefully you're all going to join in and share some information with us, and it'll all make sense when it all comes together here, okay? But before we get into that part of the meeting, there are some certain things, special things, exciting things that are going on. Some wedding shows that are coming up we want to make you aware of. We're going to be doing the PWG wedding show here in Dayton on Sunday, April 25th, here at the Galleria in the Event Connections building. The Newport Aquarium's got a show on March 25th. That's a Thursday night show. So if you are a baker or a photographer, they are still looking to fill a couple vendor spots for that. And then, of course, also in April, on April 11th, is the Benison Show, which we're going to be helping with as well. So our next luncheon is going to have a brides panel, which is going to be a lot of fun. We've got, how many brides we got?
5 brides.
We're going to have 5 brides here to kind of give us the opportunity to talk to them and see how we can be better at what we do and get real live feedback from real live brides. So that's going to be exciting. Also, at the end of this meeting today, we're going to ask for you to share ideas to us on what you would like covered in our luncheons. Hopefully we're going to be going live soon, so and actually eating food together and sharing. But give us some ideas of what you want to hear, what you want to discuss, what you want to find out. And we're going to ask you for that at the end of today's presentation. So be ready, write some ideas down, be ready to share with us a little later on. There's something exciting that PWG is running right now that I would love for you to share with your couples. And this particular event is a giveaway. So couples can enter the giveaway and they can win a 4-day, 3-night vacation. Okay, so Rhonda's going to throw the direct link to our PWG page in the chat. So direct your couples to this, and it's a pretty awesome win. Yeah, pretty cool. So we're going to be talking about that. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to give each of you the opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us just a quick little bit, about 35, 40 seconds, about your business. Okay, so for those that don't know each other, this is going to be a great opportunity for you all to share it with each other. And we're going to kind of do it in a BNI, a Business Networking International format. We actually host a BNI meeting here every Friday morning that starts at 7:30. They are virtual right now, but we are going back to live meetings in April. And I can bring in guests to that and get you in front of like 50 different businesses here in the Dayton area. So if you would like to be my guest some Friday morning, please let me know. We would love to have you here and see what BNI is all about. It's all about the networking, okay? But so how it'll work is we're going to have a few of our staff introduce the different divisions of our company so you can get a feel of how your commercial will flow. And again, you are timed, so there's going to be a timer go off and a stop sign show up that you need to shut up, okay? Your time is up. So that's the only way we can do it to keep the flow going and keep on track with what we need to cover. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to ask Rhonda Griffin, our TEC marketing company person, to speak. Kirsten will be on deck. Rhonda, the floor is yours.
Hi, I am Rhonda Griffin. Some of you may know me from working with Perfect Wedding Guide in the past. With TEC Marketing, I am more on the background promotional side. So I create and send promotional emails with our partner companies like the Galleria, TEC Event Services, Event Connections. You also get all the luncheon invitations and newsletters from me. And I also manage several different social media pages on Facebook and Instagram. My name is Rhonda Griffin with TEC Marketing.
All right. Well, Rhonda, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more second. Oh,
there we go.
Your time is up. Kirsten from the Galleria will speak next, and Jeff Clark is on deck. Kirsten.
Hi, guys. My name is Kirsten Bryant. I'm the venue manager at the Galleria Event and Conference Center. We are conveniently located off of 35 in Woodman inside of the Event Connections building. We are able to seat up to 225, and we offer all-inclusive reception packages to our couples, so they're able to come in and get all their vendors they're looking for all in one package. And then we also have 2 conference rooms upstairs that any of you guys are able to rent out and use here at the Event Connections. My name is Kirsten Bryant with the Galleria Event Conference Center.
Thank you, Kirsten. All right. So next up is Jeff Clark, and on deck is Kim Aird. And Kim, if you are not with us, you're not hearing this. Carolyn Bear will be next, and then Athena Bentley. That's the next 3 that will be coming up. Jeff, talk to us.
Thanks, Greg. It's great to see everybody on this sunny day. My name is Jeff Clark. I oversee operations for Party Pleaser Services. We do DJ. We are a lighting company. We also offer photo booth and decor services. And I just want to tell everybody real quickly about something we just completed. If you are on Pinterest and you are a wedding vendor or a wedding venue, we have created boards of all types, all of the venues in Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus that we work in. Rhonda's going to post a link over there if you want to see that. But if you want to go to Pinterest, you can see all those photos.
Excellent. Thank you, Jeff. How do I reset this? There we go. All right. Kim Aird, are you with us, Kim?
I don't think so. So Carolyn will go next.
Okay. Carolyn Bear, are you with us?
I'm here.
Hi, Carolyn. Go ahead.
Hey, my name is Caroline Bear. I am the events and rentals manager at Gorman Heritage Farm. We are actually a nonprofit educational working farm, but we use our spaces for venue rentals for weddings primarily, but also birthday parties. This year, our focus is mostly just on weddings because of the pandemic. So our venue is completely outdoors, covered outdoor spaces for reception and beautiful gardens for ceremony. We can accommodate up to 175 people. Our first wedding kicks off in April. I'm very curious to hear everybody's feedback with COVID restrictions.
Super. Thanks, Carolyn. Is Athena here with us? Athena?
Nope.
No, she is not. Lori Bridges is coming up here, and then Katrina Brookover, and then Marcia Burton. Lori, you're on the air.
Hi, I am Lori Bridges Hahn. I am a wedding planner. I own TLC Events and Weddings. I started out in the Dayton area, but I moved 2 years ago to the Cincinnati area. I am as far west from Cincinnati as you can get. I live in Harrison, Ohio, literally at exit 1 off of 74. So I am a long way away from Dayton now. But I'm doing well in my business. I've got more weddings this year than I have in my previous 3+ years of being in business. So I'm really happy right now. So things are going great.
Awesome.
Super. Thank you, Lori. Is Katrina Brookover with us? Katrina?
Hello, I'm Katrina Conley Brookover. I am the owner of Conley Events. We are a wedding planning service, actually an event planning service in the Dayton area. We've been in business since 2002, and I also own CB Cakes and More. We are a full service dessert company specializing in cookies, cupcakes, and specialty desserts like banana pudding.
Well, Katrina, you've got 15 seconds to get me some samples, okay? I have a sweet tooth, and
I'll do my
love
best.
sweet things. I'd love to get together with you. Marcia Burton, Fred Caldwell, and whoever is with us from Cincinnati Catering. That's the next three. Let's see. Marcia, are you here with us? How about Fred Caldwell? Fred, are you on? Well. Anybody from Cincinnati Catering? Well, this is crazy.
Corey's going to go with Party Pleasers.
All right, Corey, tell us about Party Pleasers in Columbus, Ohio.
Well, I'm representing the Columbus branch of Party Pleasers. I'm at my house right now because your 2-year-old granddaughter has 3 molars coming in, so we got very little sleep last night. So come here, quick, come here. She's not going to come. Anyways, Jeff already told you about Party Pleasers lighting, decor, and photo booth services. Also up here in the capital of Columbus. Here she comes. She'll be on the screen in just a second.
Oh, hi. Oh.
That's my time.
All right, thanks, Corey. Hi, Sophie. All right, Alexis Clark, are you on with us today? How about Julie oh my gosh, we'll just go with the Fowler, Julie Fowler.
Hi, it's Julie Congito Fowler. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, I know, a nice Irish name. I am working from home, and I have a dog that follows me everywhere I go and barks. So I was like, I'm just going to stay pictureless today. But I'm with 21C Museum Hotel. We're downtown. We're a contemporary art museum that happens to be a hotel. Very unique event and gallery space to host all kinds of different events. I am thrilled to be working in all kinds of events right now, group sales, business travel, weddings, a little bit of everything. And we were very fortunate to host a PWG luncheon back in November. And maybe we'll be able to do that again sometime and get more people over and check us out. But thank you, and everybody enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.
We had so much fun at that luncheon.
That was a great place.
Really great.
We appreciate that so much.
Thank
Ellen,
you.
Ellen, are you with us? And then Katie, you're going to be on deck. Ellen Crivellon?
I think it's Katie's turn.
Okay. Hey, Katie, I know you're there. Go right ahead, please.
Hi, I'm Katie Edichico with Wendy's Bridal Show. Our next show is coming up January 1st and 2nd of 2022, and booth sales are open now, and everything's starting to pick up, thankfully. And I'm thinking the hope is by the end of this year, things will be back to normal, and I've been following closely along with all of that. So it's looking like we'll be able to have our show like usual, and we're pretty excited.
And that show's on January 1st, right, Katie?
Yes, 1st and 2nd.
So that'll be a party.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Steve and Teresa Eklund. Am I saying that one right?
No, not even close.
Which did I mess up, the Steve or Teresa?
You got the Teresa right. You got the pretty one. The Eklund. See,
Eklund.
And this does not count towards our time, by the way.
It does not. Here you go. Go.
We'll even give you extra. Let's give them like 10 more seconds.
So we are a bridal manufacturer and design here in Sharonville. I've been doing custom bridal for 30 years. In 2016, I launched my own line. We started out selling directly to stores. And in the fall of 2020, we decided to launch our own store. So brides can come here. We make the dresses directly to the brides. They can customize it. We call them semi-custom. And we get to work directly with brides. So we can make a dress in as little as 2 weeks. We can book out for however long. They can customize from fit to style to complete couture their own design or pick one of our own designs. So we've been doing that since 2016.
And it's a great place, and she's a great designer, and she's a very attractive woman who's married 30 years to me. So
I did go to UC in fashion design, so I do have a degree in fashion design, and most of my people who work with me have lots of experience in sewing or have degrees in fashion design as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Very cool.
This is your first time, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks. Emilee Gluick. Emilee, are you with us? Well, our Dayton Party Pleasers guy is having a baby today, so he's not here either, Jonathan. Jessica Haith. Jessica, are you with us? Gracious sakes. Jordan. Riley, you work with Jordan, right?
Yes, hi, I'm Riley. I am the event coordinator at Shaker Run Golf Club, which is in Lebanon, Ohio. We do an outdoor ceremony spot, and we have a grand ballroom for the reception area. Jordan, my boss, she's on maternity leave right now. She just had a little baby girl, so I'm stepping in and filling in for the time being.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jordan. Jordan and I met for the first time just this last weekend at the Primetime Show. Tammy Hudson, are you out there?
I am. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name's Tammy Hudson, and I'm actually coming live from Columbus, Ohio. So I appreciate you letting me crash in on your luncheon. But I own a company called Engaged Pro Video. I've been a wedding planner here in the Columbus area for a while. The last year we launched Engaged Pro Video, and what it is a platform that allows wedding vendors to create their own branded videos, happy customer testimonies, video emails, just basically grow their business using video marketing. And all you need is a smartphone. And I've been in the Columbus area this whole time, and recently during COVID, I branched out onto Clubhouse and realized this isn't necessarily a Columbus thing. This is a nationwide and worldwide thing. And so branching out, helping customers, wedding vendors in particular, boost their business. So utilizing Engaged Pro Video.
Super. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today. Is Nikki with us today? There she is. Unmute yourself, Nikki. Nikki, you're muted.
Okay, now
there we go.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Nikki. I'm the event sales manager here at Pyramid Hill Sculpture Park and Museum. It's a 330 plus acre sculpture park with 4 venues, 4 receptions, and multiple ceremony sites all throughout the park. We can do anywhere from a small number up to about 350, depending on which venue that we use.
We had our first Perfect Wedding Guide luncheon this year.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. You beat me to it.
At Pyramid Hill. It was beautiful. So if you're looking for a fun spring or summer thing to do when the weather gets nice, go check out Pyramid Hill. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous place.
It is awesome. And thank you, Nikki, for being a host for us, or a hostess. Greg Ledford. Greg, I love your name. Are you there with us today?
I don't think so.
Well. How about Jeanette Lockmiller?
Hi, that's me, and thanks for having me. I am a local wedding photographer and stylist. I actually spent the last 9 years just interior decorating and staging as well. So my friend Kelly here has convinced me to cross over into the creative field in weddings, and I'll be shooting micro weddings for her at her facility here in Lebanon, Ohio, where we're both based. So I'm really happy and excited for this new chapter in pivoting my business. So thanks for having me here today. I also am the chair for the Rising Tide Society local chapter. So for anyone that's interested, it's called Tuesdays Together, and it's designed for all creatives like all of you on this call today. So just to raise each other up and support each other.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Why don't we go ahead and let Kelly say hello since they're there together.
Cool. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, guys. Hi. It's so good to see y'all. I'm Kelly Woodall. I am
My husband and I are owners of the Cedar Bay Farm, which is a brand new barn venue that's launching this year. We're in Lebanon. It is a 100-plus-year-old barn that we are renovating right now. We're kind of in the end stages. I don't know. This crew's been out there. They're probably like end stages. But we are working hard on getting our barn ready for this, probably later in the season. But we're super excited. We're going to host 125 to 150 people. And we can do ceremony there. We can do reception there. It's just going to be a little bit of a different space than I think we have in the market right now. So we're really excited.
Super. I had the opportunity to go out with Emilee and see that place. That's a lot of work. You're going to get her done, aren't you?
Hey, we have people there working right now. I'm super excited to say we have people working. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Linda, what about all these people?
They're not here today.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay.
They are here today. And our newest member to PWG, welcome back, Jean Newhart. Jean, go. You muted, hon.
Yeah, I'm muted because otherwise you'd hear the dog barking constantly.
Everyone has dogs today. I love it.
Yeah. I'm Jean Newhart with Weddings from the Heart. I am a wedding planner, blogger based in the Dayton area. This is my finished my 27th year. I'm starting my 28th year is in weddings. So, and that's kind of what I've been doing.
Super. We're glad you're here today. We're glad you're back with us.
She can share her.
Jean wrote a book. Networking group as well. It's like it feels good to see people.
You got your book with you?
Yes, I do.
Show it to us real quick.
I'll show you again. Yep, there it is.
And what's it called?
It is Wedding Invitations, RSVPs, and More. Oh my. And it's all the questions that brides and couples ask about should they word their invitation? Oh, I have a stepfather and stepmother. Where do they sit? Who goes,
Super.
How should I address invitations? What do I do when people don't RSVP? Just all the questions, behind the scenes questions that they ask from the creating the invitations to getting them.
Great. And there's in the chat, I just saw Rhonda threw up a link.
Thanks, Rhonda.
That you can go to Amazon and get that book. Yep. So let's see. Is Holly Niebert with us? Amber Nichols.
Hey, everybody. I'm excited to be a guest and checking things out. I'm a professional makeup artist. I'm also a Mary Kay sales director. So I've been doing wedding makeup for 18 years and I've been a Mary Kay sales director for 19. So been in the business for quite a few years. We do on-site makeup application. I also do professional makeup for headshots and different news stations in the area. And we are very affordable in comparison to some of what I feel like people are spending on wedding makeup these days. And I also do free trials with all of my brides. I have a studio down in Covington, Kentucky. So I'm just checking it out and excited to see all these awesome faces. Thanks for letting me be here.
Thanks for coming.
Awesome. Good to see you again, Amber. So Fredina Moore, I did not mean to skip over you. The challenges to doing one of these with so many people is everybody keeps moving positions on the screen. So Fredina, I see you now. Would you please tell us a little bit about you?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm sorry that I'm late, but I'm glad that I'm here. So I am new to the Cincinnati area. I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina, and I moved here in 2019. I'm in the startup phase of my business. I'm a wedding ceremony singer, and I also offer services for signature songs for the wedding couple.
So you write the songs?
Yes.
Wow.
Cool.
I actually sit down and interview the couple. So it's not like, and it just depends on what they want. It could be something as simple as, well, I don't want any background music. I just wanted something a cappella. Then I just go in and do the lyrics. Or I could do something as elaborate as an orchestration. So it just depends on what the couple wants. But I go into an in-depth interview with them because, again, this is their signature song, and I perform it at their ceremony if they would like me to do that.
Wow. That is awesome. Thanks for being with us today, Ferdina. Let's see. So did I ask for Jennifer Perry? Is Jennifer out there? How about Brenda Pottinger? Brenda? Linda Recca. Linda? These are everybody that said they were going to be here.
So Linda's here. She's going to come on here.
I'm here. I'm unmuted. Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Linda.
Same thing. I've got the barking dog in the background too, so that's why I was muted. Thank you for inviting us. My husband Bill and I are the owners of Tap Snap 1182, and we're an open air photo booth. So, you know, we're not like the traditional box where 3 or 4 people fit in. We can take the whole wedding party and they have fun. They have pictures made in front of a green screen. They come over. We have a 42-inch kiosk where they can change backgrounds. Back in the old days, we did physical props, but right now we're utilizing the digital props. So we create an album also for the bride and groom where all the guests have put a message onto their photo. And it's a personal message to the bride and groom. They have unlimited 4x6 prints. So it's very unique. It's a lot of fun. And our territory, we go all the way up to Dayton and all the way down to Northern Kentucky. So thank you for having us.
We're glad you're here.
Absolutely. TapSnap is a cool product. I've actually seen it and used it, and it's pretty awesome. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks.
Hey, Tom Schneider at the Grove. Tell us about the Grove.
Hello, everybody. Tom and Karen from the Grove here, owned and operated by Springfield Township, Hamilton County. Very fortunate to have Greg down the other week. Checked out our newly renovated facility. Kind of what a little bit different our facility is that all income from our rentals actually goes to support the operation of our township's community arts center known as Arts Connect. So it's kind of that event with a purpose.
Love it.
Indeed. And Tom said we're going to be there soon, right, Tom? I guess that's up to us, right? We'll work it out. Yeah, cool venue and fresh venue, very fresh, nice, clean, pretty. All right, Maria, I did not see Maria. So Pendra, is Pendra out there?
I don't think she made it.
I don't see it either.
Let's go to Yvonne.
How about Yvonne at the Benison?
Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yvonne Van Bibber, director here at the Benison Event and Co-working Center. We are here located in the heart of Hamilton. We are a national historic bank building with a $2 million 19-20-year-old bank vault, which is a room in its own right. Couple of interesting things we are doing that are new and fresh. I love that new word, fresh. It's awesome. We are creating for the city the first ever green space outside. So we just received a grant and are working with Butler Tech, and Mandy Jones, who is sitting beside me, is the executive director for that. And she is leading the charge on that. And we are having a Cinderella Ball sculpture carriage erected in the green space area. So it's really going to be an amazing opportunity. I am Yvonne Van Bibber, director at the Benison Event and Co-working Center.
You must go to BNI, Yvonne, do you?
I've spoke a few times, so, but thank you for having me.
One of the things they teach is you start with your name and you end with your name. So that's cool. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
How soon will that be up? Did you say, or?
Yes, actually, wonderful question. Actually, we are going to be having a ribbon cutting with the Greater Hamilton Chamber on Earth Day, April 22nd. And we also, I'll let Rhonda maybe interject, but we're also doing a free wedding bridal show here on April the 11th.
Great. And we'll be there with you for that. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Gina Wilson, is Gina on board with us?
Hi, everybody. My name's Gina Wilson, and I own Ruth and Rose Mismatched Vintage China Rental. And we're up here in Tip City, Ohio, and we have a very large collection that people use for all sorts of things.
Cool. You got 20 seconds. Tell us something cool.
I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad that people are starting to plan events again.
Yeah, indeed. Well, thanks for joining us today. Thanks
for
joining
having me.
Okay, is there anybody out there that we just oversighted, that we've missed you because you're not on the list or we don't see you on the screen? Did I miss anybody? Nobody is speaking up.
I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you all. Now we all know a little bit about each other better. So make sure that you take that information and use it in the future. So thanks for just doing that. I'm going to pass this over to Emilee. Emilee Munafo is one of our great people here that work with us together, and she actually produces these shows. She does all the legwork. So Emilee, tell us what's going to happen right now.
Hi. So part of what we've been trying to do is really listening to you all and finding out what you want to talk about, what you want to discuss at our luncheons. And so today we're actually bringing in Teresa Dinwiddie-Herrmann. We're so glad you're here, from Pebble Creek Golf Course, Restaurant, and Event Center. So she's got a lot going on.
Yes.
So Teresa's here. What she wants to do is she wants us to have an open conversation. So be ready to unmute yourselves. This is going to be a conversation where we all feel like we can contribute and add and just be a part of the conversation. But we want to talk more about COVID, how we're handling some of the mandates. We're going to go over just some of the new mandates that are out there, the things that we've been now free to do, I guess we'll say. So Teresa's going to say hello, introduce herself, and then kind of start a conversation we could all join in.
And tell us about Pebble Creek.
Okay, so Pebble Creek is a golf course, beautiful restaurant and event center. And you may know that we are famous for our sunsets, and our outdoor terrace is perfect for ceremonies. And during COVID, we have actually been using that a lot for outdoor dancing. So we have the great lights outside. People can dance under the lights. It kind of feels like a Manhattan rooftop. It's just been a blessing to have that during COVID. So I am Teresa Dinwiddie-Herrmann. I have now been with Pebble Creek for almost 8 years. That'll be 8 years in April. So love it there. And I don't know about you all, but I really do hope that this is a conversation. During the mandate rollouts, it was very interesting. At Pebble Creek, we're 3 things: a golf course, restaurant, and event center. So we actually had to roll out 3 different sets of mandates. So for 3 different for 3 different industries. So that was very interesting. But I also think it kind of helped us get ready to open in the world of banquets. And during that time, I would call venue owner friends and other people who do what I do, event planning at other venues, and kind of lean on each other as we went through it. And I just really felt like I needed to hear from more people. And I hope that you all use this as an opportunity to hear from each other. First of all, in regards to what we can or can't do, what the rules are right now, we know that we can do buffets again. So instead of having to have everything served from the buffet, we can do self-serve buffets. Of course, there are rules with that. It has to be clearly marked with direction arrows. We have to have sanitizer before and after, and it must be placed 6 feet, of course, from any guest tables. And then we also are able to mingle again, but we are supposed to social distance and wear masks while mingling, and so we can stand and have somewhat of a cocktail hour, but we're not allowed to drink or eat while standing. So that's been interesting. And we have gotten around that by putting more seating outside in our cocktail area. I don't know if anyone else has done anything like that. We can talk about that. And then lo and behold, we are able to dance again.
Woohoo!
And
you guys are excited?
Absolutely. So it feels like we've been opened up again, that we have the opportunity to dance again. I don't know about your clients, but my clients, that was a big deal to not be able to dance. And I do think that we can do it safely. I think the rules say that we have to be wearing masks and social distancing. So I want to talk about how your venue handles that. It's one thing in how you handle it with a client. I don't know if any of you felt like you were being pulled in several different directions. We want to be safe. We want to follow the rules. We don't want to get in trouble. But then you also have client expectations as to what they see as a great event. And then you have this huge piece, which is your guests. And so my first question for everyone is, how are you handling the mandates and applying them to your events with guests? Are you doing a flyer? Are you meeting guests with posters? Are you talking with guests? Are you making announcements with your DJ? Let's have some discussion. What's everyone doing? Who wants to go first? Anybody?
Don't be shy.
Let's give them a second even to think about
It's Julie at the 21C. So we are really trying to be, very, very protective of all of our guests. And, we're taking temperatures as they come in, everybody. And masks are being worn. But I tell you, it's a little tough because I feel like the mask police, you can tell your couple, everybody has to wear a mask. And when they're seated, it's okay. And all we do, our event team and our captains run around and just like, could you please wear a mask? Could you please wear a mask? And, you really get these looks and the couple kind of starts to act like they don't remember you telling them. And it's just been really challenging. But, we can't just, forget it. We have to be really cautious. And we're only talking sometimes about 15, 20 people. So if anybody has any ideas how to help that better, I mean, we put signs out, we put the masks out, we put everything. But if anybody has some thoughts or ideas on maybe how to better handle that, would love to hear it.
And I do want to interject. It was interesting. A couple of days ago on my way into work, I was listening to Scott Sloan on 700 WLW, and he was talking about how they had been inside for so long that last weekend he and his wife binged and went to several restaurants over the weekend, 4, I think he said, in total.
Wow.
And his market research for restaurants and how they handle mandates is that when he was on the west side of Cincinnati, he felt like no one adhered to the mask policies, and he actually felt a little uncomfortable and kind of made a comment about the further west you go, people didn't want to wear masks. And then they were in the northeast side of the city for a couple other restaurants, and they sat at the bar. It was he and another couple, so 4 people total. And he mentioned going from one bar to the next, and when they went to the next bar, they were sitting at the bar and they were close to where DoorDash comes in and out from that particular restaurant bar. And the bartender started screaming at them that they were not supposed to be at that area. They shouldn't be 2 couples next to each other. And it created a scene, actually, and the manager had to get involved. And his plea to us in the restaurant industry was, okay, guys, everyone's kind of doing these, following the rules differently. So have patience with your guests, set up expectations in a nice manner, and be nice to us. So I thought that was interesting. And who else can talk about that policing part or educating your guests about how you are handling the mandates?
I also want to say, if you're not a venue, but maybe you're a vendor that's been to a venue that's handled something really well, I think you can also speak into this conversation and be sharing what you've seen done really well.
Absolutely.
So we're a venue. Again, we're Gorman Heritage Farm, and we haven't had a wedding since last fall, since we are seasonal. But all along, we still booked weddings that are happening this spring. And Julie, I would second what you said, that I'd love some input on what, like how to monitor for and enforce these mandates. But as far as leading up to the actual wedding day, I'm constantly communicating with my bride and groom on what our expectations are, what the current guidance is every time it changes, asking them to, if they have a website, to put messages out to their guests to say, this is what the venue is going to expect of you, and what, as a couple, we would ask you to do for compliance. And we've put extra signs up. So again, coming into April will be our first wedding since fall. I'm I feel like a lot of people come to our place because we are outdoors, and they want that. They don't want to be inside because of COVID. And I'd say for the most part, people are pretty compliant, and I've had one wedding last year that was a problem. And it was like, we literally stood at the entrance of all the access points with our little Gardner belts because we are a working farm, and we had face masks in, and every single person that came in, we made sure they at least had a face mask if they didn't bring one. So, but as far as when it comes time to the reception, I'm not sure what that's going to look like this year. And like Julie, you said, I don't want to be the face mask police, but we're on site and we also don't want to become vulnerable. So,
yeah. Anyone else?
I just want to say from the Grove, our position has always been, what we've been telling our clients is our expectation is they're setting the tone. So it's their event. We give them a clear cut list of, okay, based on the contract you signed, these are the current COVID amendments. This is how we're operating. It's our expectation that you're going to honor all these. They actually sign off on it. And it strictly states that if there are areas of noncompliance, they have so much time to get it taken care of. If they refuse to, or there's multiple cases that we just can't control, we have the right to cancel and shut the event down. So we make it pretty much clear, cut, and dry. I mean, we've taken steps so far as actually block areas out on the dance floor. So we have 9 what we call grooving zones. Greg probably saw those when he was down there that couples can occupy. So we've kind of gone to every measure we can. Our biggest concern right now is when you finally hit that, less than 50 infections per 100,000 for 2 weeks and these things totally go away, what is going to be the ability for us to maybe keep some things in-house as protective measures? Because as I've told a lot of my couples right now, just because you can doesn't necessarily mean you should, because it's still out there, still going on. Fortunately, most of my clients I've talked to so far have said, yeah, even things open up, we're not going to jump headstrong into, filling every available chair and everything else. So, I think we're going to be okay on that route. But yeah, that continuous conversation, making sure they know they're setting the tone for the event, I think is kind of the big thing right now. But again, the biggest concern is when the governor says, hey, we're all done, what happens then?
On site, I feel like as far as setting the tone, what we try to do is we do have little flyers that we do hand out to every guest upon arrival, or every couple guest, or every group as they come. And last season, I actually verbally went over the mandates with each group as they came. And I was so surprised how many groups would actually come up and not have a mask with them, even though it was a state mandate that they were to have masks. So sometimes I felt like people got a little angry with me when I reminded them that we were in a state mandate. I did kind of feel like the police at times, which was unfortunate. But I guess our overall thought is if we set a tone is that these are the rules and we want to follow the rules. I'm not sure how far we're really going to go with policing. We have reached out to our DJs. Our DJs have made announcements, and I have watched groups of people look at the DJ, listen to the DJ, turn around, and just continue what they're doing. They do not listen. So at some point, it's very difficult, I feel like, in the middle of a celebration to become the police. And I feel like maybe if we set the clear expectations, I just don't know that we can police as, like you said, would we shut an event down? I'm not quite sure unless it gets out of hand. I don't know. What do you all think about that policing portion?
Well, I think the expectation is going to be, there's no way you're going to be able to take care of everything 100%. It's kind of like our liquor license. We do everything we can to make sure, hey, people aren't bringing stuff in and they're doing everything right. At the end of the night, you're always going to find a bottle under a table. No matter how hard you try, you're never going to get 100% of it. I think on our purposes, we're going to do everything we can because we want to show, God forbid something happens, we did our due diligence. We did everything we possibly could. No, we're not throwing every single person that doesn't wear a mask out the door, but you've got to be able to show, hey, we did everything humanly possible to make this the safest thing possible. But yeah, you're never going to have 100% compliance in anything that you're responsible for watching.
This is Steve Eklund with Renee Grace. We're not a venue. I'm just curious, are the mask mandate rules and the social distancing rules the same for outside venues as inside?
That is my understanding.
Being an outside venue, I've looked very deeply into this, trying to find any kind of difference. And it doesn't just discriminate indoor, outdoor.
Okay, thanks.
Personally, I do try to influence people to do the outdoor dancing. They do not have to, but I feel like especially if there is a compliance issue, I feel much safer if the guests are outside. So I do try to get them to dance outside.
I will say that my observations last year is that when it is an outdoor venue, I think people feel they don't need to follow the guidance as much. And that's been a little bit of a, more of a challenge, but, you know, they feel a little bit safer. We're spread out to start and then they get a little closer, but I think they do feel a little bit too at ease being an outdoor venue, but it also does have its pluses in that it is a little bit safer. So, right. But it also offers its own challenges. So.
Has anyone felt pushback from your clients kind of asking how far or how much policing or how strict you will be in regards to the mandate?
It's Julie at 21C again. And thank you all for some great information here. Yeah, I mean, they always ask, you know, like how far we go with the, you know, following the procedures and everything. And I have to tell them, you know, we follow it to the law. We have to. And again, everybody seems quite understanding and, oh, of course we want that. And that's great. My fear, and we've only had some small meetings, my fear is like, heaven forbid we have the father of the bride have a temperature. And now we have to say something, you know, to him or, you know, or I'm sorry, you're going to have to, you know, quarantine right now. I mean, it's just, but thank heavens it hasn't happened. My other concern too is really with our staff. And I know you all would feel the same way, is they're looking at me as, you know, the salesperson of the event, the manager of the event, you know, like getting concerned because people aren't wearing their masks, you know, because, you know, they're putting themselves in harm. So that's another kind of anguish that I have, you know, with events sometimes too. And, you know, just feel that responsibility to keep our staff safe too.
Right. For sure. And I have actually with some couples had the conversation of, you know, I did know of a super spreader event and I kind of felt like the venue was thrown under the bus afterwards. And so I'm just very honest with clients and say, we don't want to be thrown under the bus. And I'm sure you can imagine that. So we do want to be safe. And trust me, I am a long hauler. I'm in week 13 and I'm still suffering. So I totally understand wanting to be safe. But at the same time, I explain that, you know, we have a reputation to protect besides keeping everyone safe. So it is important that they go into that understanding that, I think. And we've had some discussions about Karens. Has anyone else had that discussion? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Literally, I heard a story recently where because of the no dancing policy, a bride and groom literally told all of their guests no cell phones allowed. And they wanted to have their event as it would normally be. So there is that. I do think that we have guests kind of policing us on how we're policing as well. So I feel like we're getting it from all sides is what I'm saying. Does anyone have any other comment about that? Has anyone approached you during an event to show their concern? One thing that I did have in the fall, and we were very happy to comply with this request, is we did have some guests who were attending the event call in advance and ask if they could have outdoor seating. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience.
I had that experience. I've had a couple guests call me prior to a ceremony asking how the seating, I actually had to send that, I didn't have to, I sent them a map of where the ceremony was going to be and made special arrangements for them so they could still see the ceremony, but not be seated amongst the crowd. Which we're happy to work with. I mean, I tell them to have, if there's concerns, have people call me. You know, I can say what we have in place, but, you know, that's, again, another opportunity for me to ask the couple to say, you need to encourage this for your guests too, if people are concerned. And
we also did have quite a few that asked if they could have attendees at the ceremony who do not attend the reception because of their level of concern. So we're flexible there too. Any closing questions from anyone else Any other concerns that you have that you'd want to ask your peers?
I think Lori had a question actually in the chat. It says, if a couple wants to have a tent on private property, such as a residence, does the tent fall under venue guidelines as they relate to COVID mandates, especially if the tent has sidewalls and is completely enclosed?
It is my understanding where we are and with our township, they have been very flexible as far as the tenting itself. But yes, the 6 foot distance between tables and the social distancing, everything still applies there, even though it is outside. And with the walls, it would just be like being inside. So we did just have this happen at the fall last year. Someone put a tent outside. It was a cool day. They did have the sidewalls up. And as long as you're following the 6 foot distance between tables and the social distancing while dancing, et cetera, you can operate under the mandates.
Yeah, I'm doing a huge wedding outdoors in October, and we've been kind of reading up on things to see what we're having to follow. And basically any group over 10 people, you're supposed to follow the guidelines, whether you're in a venue or at your home. So
I will say there is one way to explain why you're doing what you're doing. And Karen came up with this, and I thought it was absolutely perfect. Where Brian was like, well, really do you have to do this? Why do we have to do this? And she explained, well, the reason why we're able to have your events today is because the bride before you and their group did everything they were supposed to do to keep us healthy, us be able to operate. So she had that consideration for your event. You really need to think about the bride coming up with us next week or 2 weeks that showed the same consideration for them. And when she told me that, I was like, that is spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it personal. For those of you that were not at our luncheon, we had a lawyer actually come and share with us a couple months ago, just an insight from the law side of things and how to protect yourself. And I think a lot of things he brought up was just over communicating, which I think many of you have already brought up. But it's just setting the expectation before the event takes place. And I think that for all of you vendors as well, not as just the venues, but again, vendors. If you're a makeup artist, what are your expectations of being in the room with them? So just always just over communicating your expectations. And then I think he also gave us some just information about we can breathe and not be so stressed about the health department, right? I mean, they want us to follow the mandates, they want us to follow the rules, but they're not going to come in and wedding crash. They're not going to come in and make a big scene at a wedding. So I think if we just do our job by over communicating well with our clients, setting those expectations, and I think even then communicating to your clients, hey, over communicate to your guests. Tell them what the rules are. Tell them what to expect. And we can have fun. So I think thanks to a lot of people in our industry that have been speaking up, that have made kind of some noise, we are now able to have dancing once again at weddings. That wasn't there a couple of weeks ago. We were all concerned as these contracts are coming up. We were worried about what spring and summer look like. Yeah. And so I think we can celebrate how far we've come. And I'm really hopeful that we're going to have a really fun and great wedding season coming up. So
I'm curious if you, for those that don't have their camera on, if you could turn your camera on for a minute, because I want you to raise your hand. Since the governor has said, okay, let's dance again, how many of you have seen an increase in inquiries for your business?
Huge. Huge.
Yeah. Huge. Like some of it's been amazingly large.
That day.
Yeah.
At the day he made the announcement, our inquiries drew drastically. Yeah. And I predicted that we're going to have a lot of last minute weddings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Great.
So that's a cool thing. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you for leading that conversation. I think it was great. We have Pebble Creek's information in the chat, but continue these conversations. We're here for one another. I think that's what Perfect Wedding Guide is really all about.
Absolutely.
It's about helping each other, serving one another, and being a resource to each other. So just remember who's in the chat today and know that you could reach out to anybody to ask more questions or kind of to work through. Maybe you have a situation with a certain bride right now. How would you handle this? What would you do? I think that's what we're all here to do.
Indeed. Hey, at the beginning, I said I would love to hear from you right now about topics that you would like to see discussed at future luncheons. So here's your chance again. Unmute and tell us what you would like to see as a topic at a future luncheon. Don't give me the crickets.
Take a second.
I won't be shy. I'm brand new to the industry, and I am in the process of putting together some styled shoots on a very small scale. And I've been working with Kelly. I actually took photography. I took all the photos of her facility as it stands right now as they go through their renovations. So our plan is to have a styled shoot on her grounds, which is what, around 10 acres?
Yep.
And so we're going to be doing a lot of that in this particular area, but I'm also willing to do that elsewhere. So I very much appreciate the time today.
Absolutely.
So with your style shoot, are you looking for wedding dresses? Are you looking for models?
Really, and I think I'm making some mood boards now, and I think this is the time of year that you see a lot of people doing those, but styling is kind of something I love to do. And yes, so I would be willing to work with florists as well as caterers, even just for some representation of, some cakes and pastries. Definitely will need models as well. And I'm willing to travel. So
great.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we Teresa at Renee Grace, we do styled shoots all the time. Because of our sampling and sizes, we do our dresses in the size 2, 10, and 20. So depending on what you're looking for, but like I said, we do styled shoots all over the country all the time. So let me know and we can work something out. So I also have some models who I use regularly in those dresses if you're looking for models as well.
Great.
And also,
and I meant to say that it was really more of me bringing that up as a topic for learning, more so than just promoting myself.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
I wanted to learn more about those as well, awesome. and whether they're good for your business across the board. So that's my topic request. How's that?
All right.
That's a great idea. That's
yes.
awesome.
Anybody else have anything?
I'm just wondering if at some point in time, and since this is the first time I've ever participated, it may not even be relevant, but I noticed that quite a few of us are vendors for different weddings, and I didn't know whether you ever have like a showcase for us to demonstrate the different things that we can offer at weddings.
Well, certainly there are wedding shows that you could participate in.
Right.
But that would be something we could look at. Is maybe like have a career day type feel or a open.
Right. And we really do hope to be in person again soon with our luncheons. And so in the past, we've had the flower man has helped provide centerpieces for our events. We've also had photographers come and help take pictures at our Perfect Wedding Guide luncheons. So as we begin to start planning those in-person luncheons, if any of you are interested in participating and being a sponsor for one of those luncheons, that would be we could have the photo booth. We could do those type of things. So we could talk further about those opportunities.
Sure. Sounds good.
Thanks, Linda. Anybody else?
I have suggested before, and this wouldn't really be for a luncheon, but I'd really love to see some sort of organized first aid and CPR training for wedding professionals.
That is silly stuff because we were just talking about that.
I talked to her prior.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Lori, I heard you and I brought it up to everybody. So that was a great idea.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We just need a dummy.
I would love that.
Anybody want to volunteer to be the dummy, or is that going to be me?
I think they provide dummies for you.
Anybody else? That was great, Lori. Thanks. How many of you work with interns or have ever thought of working with interns or even know where to get an intern?
No, we have a few. Nikki, Linda, Steve, and Teresa, Lori, Kirsten.
Would that be something you would want to talk about maybe or not? I see one.
Yes, I was going to say yes. As a wedding planner, I'm the only person in my business. And Greg, you and I have talked about this before via email. But when it comes time for needing help on the day of the wedding to do the setup and the teardown, sometimes it's hard for us to find somebody who can do that and somebody who knows what they're doing too.
Right.
I myself have taken a step back from doing the setup and the teardown, and I concentrate more on the wedding party and being there, basically their personal assistant. So when I bring somebody in to do that on a wedding day, I need somebody who, like I said, knows what they're doing and can take that lead. So training interns, finding interns, or finding people to, you know, come in to do that would be really great. Like, I don't know if we can network on that or how we can do that, but that would be really helpful for me.
It's funny, in the chat, Riley said, I started off as an intern and now I'm an employee. So did you. Awesome. Awesome. We engage interns here quite a bit. And I mean, it's a good learning experience for them and great help for us. So, hey, we need to wrap it up because we only get 1 hour lunches here. So we gotta pull the plug.
Back to work.
All right, get back to work. But we always give stuff away. All right. So Emilee, tell us what we're something different this time. So tell us what we're doing.
We usually give away Starbucks during our virtual luncheons, but today we're actually going to give away something from TEC Marketing. Rhonda Griffin earlier kind of shared a little bit more about what she does on a daily basis, and she does a wonderful job creating branding emails for some of our clients. So today's giveaway is actually a free email creation. She's willing to work with you and helping create an email that you could be using to brand your business and to get yourself out there for some of the leads you have, or if you're a Perfect Wedding Guide customer or client, you also have the Perfect Wedding Guide leads that you get on a monthly basis to be able to share your email with. Yes. So we're going to pull. Let's have. That's good. And we had everybody that registered in here. A lot of times people.
Can you include with that emailing it out to our database, and how large is that?
Okay, so we're going to send out the email. It just got better. And that's going to go to over 5,800, I think it was, on Monday or Tuesday when we looked at the number, leads. So 5,800 people are going to get this email that Rhonda's going to craft for you. That's worth millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Much more than a Starbucks coffee.
And we have, oh, look at that.
Did you win yourself?
Nope.
Teresa. Okay, I'm going to mispronounce it. Doggone. Are they still there? Or did they go away?
Teresa's there.
Where?
Teresa, raise your hand.
Right hand corner.
Other Teresa.
Oh,
Teresa,
it says Steve. That says Steve. Pronounce your last name again.
Eklund.
Eklund?
Yeah, she's
All
on
right.
mute. She's muted.
Okay, Teresa, we got you. We pulled you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Eklund.
Eklund. All right.
You're the winner of today's giveaway.
You're the winner.
you.
Rhonda will connect with you in the near future here.
Yeah.
And get this email out to over 5,000 couples. Awesome, guys. This was fun. It's fun to interact. Maybe next month we'll be live. We don't know yet. We got to wait to see what the governor does. But we're going to be together the second Wednesday in April.
Yes, yeah,
which is after Easter. Easter's early this year.
It is. So
don't forget to buy me some chocolate.
We are going to be having 5 brides joining us for an interactive panel with them, asking them questions. And so if you have questions that you want to submit even before then, feel free to reply to your Perfect Wedding Guide emails that you receive, and we will make sure those questions get asked during our panel discussion.
Thanks again for joining us, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
See you soon. Take care.